Hey guys, welcome
Hey.
back to Harry and Seb Talks. Back on Restream. I feel like I was just thinking during the countdown, Seb, like you and I have been on pretty much every platform possible at this point when it comes to
There
recording.
are lots of other platforms where we can try and what we can do. But
we,
glad to be
we've
back on Restream, and I really like to be back on Restream, YouTube, and so on.
Same here. So hello everybody. Just getting some content as well. Um, and I guess like Sebastian and I, it's new year, new us. We're redoing the format. So just quickly for anybody who isn't used to the show or knows what it's all about, this is our weekly live stream. Every Friday we come together. We talk about how our week went, anything that we learned, books, resources, materials, and then we share it with you guys and just generally trying to grow. If there's anything that you find interesting that you'd like to look at, then send us a message or you can leave a comment down below and we'll try and pick it up in the next show. It can be a question about how to start freelancing, a question about how to run your agency, how to get clients, etc. Anything that you want. I kind of cheated everyone because I've already spoken to Sebastian before this live stream, but I'll
I
ask
already
again.
forgot. It's okay.
So, how's your week been, Sebastian? What have you been learning?
What I've been learning, to wear the mask in the plane because I'm now in Germany. Flew in
Easy.
on Monday. That's not what I learned. But what I like to do is what you should also do, try to work from different places. I like
Mm-hmm.
to work from airports. I don't
Interesting.
know. It's like puts you in different places and you think different. I have
It's
headsets which put this entire thing on mute, but different locations bring different ideas to you. And
I like
yes,
that. This morning I did the same and went to a coffee shop, and just having like the people bustling around you and like you're in a different chair and a different environment. It kind of like inspires you a little bit more. You think like, oh, um, I'm in a new environment, so I'm a little bit more alert. I'm a little bit more interested in like what's going on in the background. And it's good to break pattern, right? To like not be in the same place every single time and get bored.
yes. This is, I don't know. It's something else. And I was just checking. Let me quickly check. I listened to 2 audiobooks on the plane because I'm a big fan of script. You know,
Mm-hmm.
script.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the Audible from
Okay.
Amazon or this Amazon service, but it's way cheaper. I don't know. I it cost me in Romania like 3 or 4 euros per
Wow.
month.
Okay. What's it called? Script audio books.
Like SCRIBD.
Oh, nice, 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 nice.
And they also, when you are a member there, you get you can use other services like Curiosity Stream.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
perfect. Exactly. I don't know how it costs in the UK. You can check
Yeah.
maybe the prices. And they have once they have like the books by itself, they have audio
Mm,
books, but what they also have, and I really like, it's like kind of like Get Extract or Blink List. They have sometimes also book summaries.
nice. Okay, okay, okay. I like that they've
And
their review system seems really simple as well. Like just
can you check
stars.
the prices because I'm really curious how much they ask here in the UK.
Okay. So if we go down to pricing,
I
oh, do
they
you
have
just
they have different prices. Like
oh 10.99 a month after your trial.
it's a bit more, but I think it's still more cheaper than Audible because on Audible I
Mm,
think you can only listen to 1 or 2 audiobooks,
yeah.
and here it's unlimited. And
Oh, it's unlimited. Nice.
yes, here like um, what I like is I have both from Kindle Audible and also this Blink list and one
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I can go because I'm bored when I read one book. I need to have different kind of books
I understand.
to
I
listen or to
understand.
read. And I was listening on the airplane to Never Split the Difference.
Okay,
by
nice.
Chris Voss. It's a former FBI negotiator, and he talks about that life is a negotiation. And the book is amazing. Honestly, I was
Mm.
reading it on my vacation, and now I'm listening to it because there's so much into it.
Do you
Not
find
only when,
that
yeah,
do you find that helps, like reading a book and then also listening to the audio version after? Does it reinforce what you've been reading or?
yes, and it
Mm,
brings the topics up again that I was listening, and
mm,
um, I mean, when you listen to it, you know how much you can take by reading
hmm.
while you read loud for yourself while you're listening. So the combination, I think, helps you to get it more into you.
Really nice. I'll tell you what I've been reading. Um, well, I've been reading this for the past couple of weeks. So it'd be cheat if I said I was just read it this week. But how to use graphic design to sell things, explain things, make
Nice.
things look better, make people laugh, make people cry, and every once in a while change the world by Michael Beirut. So he was a partner at Pentagram, which is one of the largest branding agencies in the world. It's a really nice book if you want to. I'm trying to hold it up for the camera here. If you want to look into like design, how they branded like nuts.com, for
Okay.
example.
Hmm.
Um, and the main thing here, I would say, is if you want to get into corporate branding, if you want to figure out how to brand for a corporate company, it's a really great book because they've worked with big companies like Delta Airlines, MIT, etc., and it's got some really cool insight into process. But the thing that I loved about it the most that I kind of wanted to bring to the stream today was that um, he talks about how they tackle a problem and they don't rush the problem, right? Like they sit down, they actually do a lot of research, a lot of discovery,
Hmm.
a lot of testing as well. And I think like that's really lost sometimes, to be fair, Seb, because people are focused more on the money and not the result. So they just
Yep.
want to like push out a product as fast as they can.
So you finished it?
I have, but the nice thing about this book is like because it's visual, you can come back to it every now and then and just get some inspiration. So, if you're a designer watching this, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, and this Never Split a Difference, I think everybody could read this book. Even if you don't have a business, there are so many great things. And the funny thing was, I was listening to it after that I went into the train,
Hmm.
and there was this guy that didn't, in Germany, they have this Bavarian ticket where you have to fill in the name,
Hmm.
and it's only valid when you fill in the name.
Okay.
And this guy didn't fill in the name, and the guy from Deutsche Bahn came and asked him, and of course he didn't fill in the name, and they had an argument. And for me, as an outsider, because I was sitting on the other side, it was so interesting to see how this other person used exactly the wrong methods um, against this guy from the Deutsche Bahn in order to solve this issue.
Hmm.
Like he was using, like, he was putting himself in force, was saying I was doing this and so on. I paid for it, and instead of asking different calibrated questions. And this is what you learn in this book. And he explains this Chris Voss explains it really well. There's also on masterclass, if you know,
Hmm.
nice masterclass of it. And he explains this with real life situations, with kidnapping and so on, where people on stake. It's like survive or die. And there are so many and easy techniques that he's using.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the guy from the Black Swan group. And there are so easy techniques like mirroring,
Mm.
like you know mirroring technique.
Yeah, mirroring, labeling. So you repeat something that somebody said to them, like they say, "We really like the blue color," and you go, "Oh, so you really like the blue color?" Like
Yeah.
mirroring essentially what they said. What would you say the benefit of? Is there anything that he particularly said that like really stuck with you that you said, "Oh, wow, fucking hell, I'm going to use that next time."
What stuck with me or what I read in so many books and the power of now, and also again here in this is like to be present
Mm,
and assess the situation. Just not talk so much, assess the situation,
mm,
and not talk, and don't think,
mm, mm,
because I'm also more this type. I'm a doer. I talk sometimes and too much, and for this is something that's stuck with me. And in general, I think it's important to just these techniques. They help you also in life. They don't only help you in business.
mm,
Like with this guy from Deutsche Bahn, if he would have known these techniques, he would have probably gone out without paying a fine at the end.
mm, mm, mm.
And I tried these techniques already. Like when I was on vacation, I tried these techniques and they work brilliantly. This is so amazing. It's so easy and they just work. And I'm teaching also my employees these techniques.
Talking about techniques and improving, I had quite a stressful week this week that I was
What happened?
gonna tell you and the guys about. So, if I was to say anything, is that we had our process set out and I'm designing the website and I didn't give myself enough time. So I needed an extra 2 days. The deadline was for Wednesday, but I
Okay,
could have done with some extra time. So I said to the client, the client then said to me, we need to reschedule for Friday. And I was
okay.
like,
Friday.
perfect. Perfect. I was like 2 days. That's exactly what I needed just to put together some extra stuff.
So
Um,
you were really happy that
I was
they
relieved. I was relieved. Yeah. And I guess I wanted to talk to you about like process and um, how you can make sure that you have enough time to do all the work that you need to do, even if you have maybe not done that process before, or you're trying out a new process and you just want to make sure that you've got enough time. But also, Seb, that's one part of the problem. But also making sure that you're still getting paid a good amount, right? Because you need the extra time, so you need the extra money because you don't want to be sacrificing on time or
yes,
money.
yes. I totally agree. And also in this book from Kiyosaki, Guide to Investing, rich people measure in time, not in
Mm,
money. Poor people measure in
mm,
time. This is also a great example that I need to learn that time is really important and we should be really valuable. What are we using it?
mm. Interesting. I think for me, the biggest lesson really was that when you're trying out a new process, to like almost overestimate the amount of days that you're going to take. So double up the deliverable, because
Yeah.
then at the very least, like you'll have the extra couple of days as buffer, but also you could deliver early then and be okay. So my advice to anybody who's like trying a new process, the thing that I learned this week for sure was that you should add like 2 or 3 days as buffer. So you can have a really tight process and really tight deadlines, like blocked together, but make sure that you give yourself like 2 or 3 days as buffer just in case. Um, and bill for that buffer period as well.
But
So
but also regarding expectations, if you give the
mm,
client the expectation you will finish there and you don't finish, doesn't look so good. If you give the
no,
client the
no.
expectation you finish 3 days later and you deliver maybe 2 days before, that's like wow, amazing.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree. And I guess, like we're always trying to create those little wins where the client like feels really good, right? Like they're just like, yeah, these guys are shit hot and they know what they're doing, and I feel really like comfortable and confident working with them as well.
Yeah. I think this is like really important to know and to learn these things. And also don't put directly, for example, with the ads, we don't put directly the 100% into it.
Mm, mm.
It's still good to have something in the backup. If the account is not running so well, you can still use these methods.
Sure. So you mean just for the guys who are watching, if you're running ads as an agency, not to put 100% of the budget in, so that you have a little bit left over in case you need to
No,
test. Is that what you were saying?
that you have small adjustments that you say, okay, they are not highly important. I
Mm,
shouldn't use them now directly. Just
mm,
let the algorithm run, learn a bit, and then maybe after 3 months, for example, if you have a trial, then after this trial you implement these, because it can be also that the client is after 3 months like, I don't see any improvements, and you can say, yeah, but I can do this, this, and this, and
sure.
then maybe the client will sign on with you.
Yeah, yeah, I like that a lot. I think in website design, the only way I can think of like offering a trial, which I'm thinking about experimenting with moving forward, is doing like a paid workshop where they pay for the just the very start of the process. So they pay for the workshop, and then from there they decide, okay, do we want to go past the workshop and then go and then go for the full like 8 week process, the
Yeah.
full 2 month project. I guess it's the same with ads, right? Like you guys do like a week or 2 week or 3 week trial just to check out and see if like it's worth the
Yeah,
money
for
or.
Google Ads, it's longer, at least a month. You need to
Mm,
try.
mm,
I was first we did 2 weeks, but it's too short for Google Ads longer.
sure, sure.
It needs to get time. You need to look for the search term that you put them negative and other things. So and the client needs to understand that you cannot just get directly results. First, you need to learn the campaigns, the algorithm, how it works, and then to try also some things, and then you can go all in.
Is doing a trial like a big part of your guys' process?
It comes more and more with the trial, but normally we say 3 months for Google Ads, for example,
Mm,
because there's lots of work with setting it up, and if we would just do 1 month, it wouldn't be worth the money, you know.
I understand.
And also for Facebook, there's no doesn't make sense for us to make one month campaign. There's too much hassle, and it's also not good for the client. So at least minimum 3 months, better 6 months to work with us
Mm.
to have the full experience, and that we can also do some changes, because you need you need to see, maybe you get lots of leads, but the quality is shit. So
Yeah, I've been thinking about like offering like guarantees as well and stuff like that, because a lot of people who are selling product, they do like a trial or they do like minimum guarantee and we'll give you your money back, stuff like this. I think it's like a fun thing to experiment with because it can help get that client over the point of wanting to work with you, especially if they're like a bit anxious to begin with, and you can just give them some confidence of like, yeah, we can do this and we'll give you your money back if you don't enjoy it, or yada yada yada. Um, and kind of go from there. Cool, man. Anything else from this week that you learned?
anything else? What does it mean? What was the other book? Let me quickly check the other book that I was reading. They Ask You Answer.
Okay, nice.
Interesting book about a guy that was, I think it was like medical devices he was selling, and they somehow didn't get enough clients anymore. They were really niche, but they didn't get enough clients, and then it was the time when internet came up and so on, and then they started with content marketing. He was reading a lot, and he explaining how they increased the sales by a nice strategy. It's kind of what we are doing. We do inbound sales, so we are doing a lot of search engine optimization and content marketing in order to get our clients to find us and to get in
So,
contact with us. It takes time, but
so,
it's worth the money.
so in reality, then, when somebody's asking a question, you're answering it with a blog post or something like that, and then
Exactly.
they find your website, go on your website, see you guys are the pros, and then book with you.
Yeah, like keyword research first of all, and then look what people are looking for. Like,
Hmm.
for example, how can I profit from NFT with my business? That would be maybe something that an early adapter would look now. And then if you have an article about this topic to explain what is NFT, or maybe make a YouTube video,
Mm-hmm.
You will got lots of views, and also maybe people that say, "Whoa, this guy, he's speaking about this already, so he knows about something." And then let's reach out to them. They can hopefully help us.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Was there? Would you say that you would recommend this one? They ask you answer.
I just started with the book, so
Ah, okay, okay.
I only listened, I think, to the first 50 pages.
We'll find
But
out. We'll find out next week then.
yes, exactly.
Easy, easy. Okay,
Stay tuned.
nice. But there's a small storm in the UK today, so all I can hear is just wind rushing
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely
here
everywhere.
too. Here in Germany as well. It's crazy. And in Bucharest, sunshine.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, Seb. Well, thanks, guys, if you have been watching. As I said, this is just like a weekly show. We're going to come every Friday, talk about what we're reading, talk about anything that we've been learning, share it with you guys. If there's anything you would like us to talk about in next week's episode, you can leave a comment down below. That can be about sales, getting clients, anything like that, or even just like what you would recommend, what we would recommend for productivity books, anything that you want to learn. Just see. We'll probably have the answer, and if not, we probably know somebody who does have the
Yes,
answer.
exactly.
But yeah, until then, like, thank you very much for joining. It's been a great little show, and see you all next week.
Thank you as well. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.